welcome to another edition of Eric's Product Reviews. I am Eric, and today I'm excited to talk to you about this awesome little action cam from a company called Victure. This is the AC940 action cam. It is a full-featured 4K 60 frames per second, waterproof, action cam. It basically has all the features you would want in a really good action cam at an affordable price. And yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit later about all the features it has. I figure you probably want to start out by seeing some footage. So just so you know, the footage you're going to see, it's all HD. It is not 4K, and that's because two reasons. One is that this video itself is an HD video, so you can't see 4K video on an HD video. It doesn't work that way. So all this video footage you're going to see is in HD, but this camera is capable of full 4K video at 60 frames per second, but has lots of different features. So let's jump over to the footage. You can check it out, see how well it works in action. Just wanted to do one more video, and this is with image stabilization turned on in the full wide angle with image stabilization active, but this is with the wind noise turned off, so it's not compensating for any type of wind noise. So this is the mic without any compensation, with me walking around and talking. And again, this is with the image stabilization turned on and just using a basic selfie stick. So that's what this looks like, and that's what this sounds like with the wind noise turned off. Again, standard 1080p 30 frames per second. So you can see this awesome camera can do just about anything you want it to do. If you're looking for an action cam, you can see how tiny it is. Very easily mountable in a million different ways and usable anywhere you are. You can use it in the water without a case in like a swimming pool. If you're going to be diving or going deeper, then it comes with a case that you put on it to make it even further waterproof for whatever use you want to use it for. You've got all the different frame rates and qualities you can use and slow motion, all that good stuff. Just really works great and looks great. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump over to a video where I'm going to show you all the settings and features inside of this. It does have a touch screen that you use to change those settings, as well as a few buttons. It has the power button, the shutter button or record button, and the mode button, but then it is also touchscreen. So I'm going to jump over to video so you can see all the different settings, all the different frame rates and video quality, and all the different things you can change to get it exactly for what you need for the purpose you're using it for and for different circumstances. So let's jump over and check out all the settings of the Victure AC940. So here we are on the camera, and the camera is on, and you can see these little symbols and words. They let you know exactly what's going on with your camera. Right now I'm in 1080p 30 frames per second mode. That lets me know image stabilization is on, the mic is on, you can see your battery level, how much recording time you have left on your micro SD card you have in there. So I'm going to go into settings and show you guys the settings. You got video resolution, voice record. We'll go into video resolution right away. You can see 1080p, 30 frames per second, but you go all the way down to 720p, and you can do 60, 120, or even 240 frames per second, which would allow you to do some really cool slow motion stuff in 720p. With HD, you've got 30 frames, 60 frames, or 120, and again, with 120, you could do your own slow motion stuff. And you can also go, as you can see, all the way up to 4K 60 frames per second. Now going back, you've got voice record. So you can select if you want to record voice or not when you're recording video. You've got EV. This is just, there you go. And you can see 0, 1, 2 or negative 1, 2. You've got your image stabilization, which you can turn on or off. You've got loop record. So you can have this loop recording, so it just continues to record in a loop. You've got time-lapse interval. If you want to do like a time-lapse video, you can set it up to do that, and you've got however many seconds or minutes you want. You've got time-lapse duration, so if you're doing a time-lapse, you then can set the duration. You can set up slow motion movie. If you want to, instead of recording this at a high frame rate and then creating your own slow motion and editing, you can actually have this video camera record slow motion for you. Fast motion movie, so you can have it do fast motion movie. Wind noise reductions, you can have that, turn that on or off. Auto low light, right now that's grayed out, and that's because certain features will be grayed out depending on other features. So certain modes you may be using don't allow you to change certain other settings, so that's why some things will be grayed out. Date stamps, you can set up if you want the date stamp on or off and how exactly you want that to look. And that's it for video. And then you'll go to settings. You've got your power frequency setting, which is to offset for lights, depending on whether you're in the US or Europe or somewhere else. Sounds, for sounds that this makes, you can have it turn the beep that the camera makes for different things on or off. White balance. So you can set your white balance. I usually leave it to auto, but if you know you're going to be in bright daylight or shade, you can set it to, or if you're in tungsten light, you can set that accordingly. And then we got effects. So different effects that are in the camera. I always leave mine on normal pretty much, but it does have a few other things you can apply. Of course, you can apply effects in editing, but it does have some built-in ones that you can use if you want to. Distortion calibration. Now that is what allows you to have the full wide angle, which has a little bit of a fisheye effect, or if you have image stabilization on, then you can't have image stabilization on and also have this at the off setting. So you can have it so that it doesn't distort, so that it has no fisheye, but you can't do that and do image stabilization at the same time. Then you have diving mode. Diving mode is for if you're going to be in the water. It helps make the picture quality ideal for filming underwater. It gives you a better picture quality, so you can turn that on or off. And then date and time, you can set that up. You can set up a screensaver. You can also have it auto power off if it's not used after a certain amount of time. You can have power on auto record. So maybe you want to set this up so that when you power this on, it just immediately starts recording in the mode you've set for quick recording. You can set that up. You can choose your language, and you can format your card so that you can erase what's on it and have it ready for your new stuff. So those are all the different settings. Again, anything you do, there are symbols. Like if you have the diving mode right up here, there's a little diver that shows up, a little diving mask to let you know. All the different modes have symbols to let you know, so you can see at a glance exactly what settings you're on. You do have the button up here. This is a mode button. Right now I'm in video, but if I hit that once, it switches into camera. And you can see I'm on burst mode in camera right now. If you hit the settings button when you're on camera, you can see it changes. Now it's photo resolution, ISO, EV, time-lapse interval, time-lapse duration, photo burst mode information, delay timer if you want it to delay, long exposure, metering, date stamp. So you do have all those different settings. I believe in the settings are all the same. All the things that change are under camera. Between camera and video, they're either under camera or video. So you do have other settings for using this in a camera. And then you also have, this is your shutter. If you long press the shutter, I think, or actually if you long press the mode button, no, long press the shutter button. Yeah, if you long press the shutter button, that's how you can quick switch into certain photo, or if you're in video, different video. In fact, let's do that right now. Let's go really quick. Let's change it to video. Video. So now that we're in video, if I long press that shutter button, there you go. So those are your quick settings for video. So that's kind of cool. And the Wi-Fi, you can also get into the Wi-Fi by pressing the power button. If you press the power button, it opens Wi-Fi. It just allows you to connect to this camera using your phone in order to control different options and things directly from your phone, which is kind of cool. Anyway, those are all the settings. As you see, lots of great settings to make this work either as a camera or a camcorder video recorder for whatever is best for your current situation and setup. So as you see, this camera has it all. It has image stabilization, it has slow motion built into it, or you can film at a really high frame rate up to 120 frames per second and then slow it down yourself in post-production when you're editing, and it has up to 4K quality at 60 frames per second, which is super high quality filming. You can use this in the water just as is, in a pool if you're not going too deep, and then if you're going to be doing diving or something, it comes with an additional case so that you can use it that way. You can mount this on just about anything, especially if you buy accessory packs. You can use this any way you'd want to use an action cam, and this one has all the features that you would want. Focus on visuals, of course, over sound. That is what an action cam is meant for. It's for capturing the visuals, and this does a great job of that. It works really, really, really well. I've been very happy with it, and it's definitely a product that I would recommend. Now, we'll have a link to this product on Amazon in the description below. You can click that link. You can jump over to Amazon, read what other people have said about it, and pick one up for yourself. If you have any questions, anything I didn't cover, feel free to post it in the comments below, and I'll do my best to get back to you as quickly as I can. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel to keep up with future product reviews. Like this video if you like this video. Favorite this playlist if you want to keep up with future product reviews and all that good stuff. And that's going to be it until next time. So be safe and be happy.